I'm going to show you 5 things I do to not overspend on make. Each one of them might not seem like a big deal, but you multiply them by number of runs and you'll see real savings. And some of these tricks are simple as first thing you can do is optimize scheduling. Triggers in Make are these modules that start a scenario. One type is a schedule trigger. So this is the example I'm showing you now. It runs on a set schedule. And every time the trigger runs, you use one operation. So if you have a trigger that runs every 15 minutes, that's 96 runs per day and about 2,880 per month, which is not good. But you can optimize it. You can not only choose how often a scenario runs, but also set up some advanced scheduling. For example, maybe you only need to run it Mondays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This way, it doesn't run as often and you save some operations. And make sure you actually need scheduling at all, because quite often a manual run is enough. Another thing you can do is to use webhooks instead of scheduled triggers. A lot of times, polling a service with a scheduled trigger is your only option. But whenever you can, use webhooks. This type of trigger runs automatically when something happens. So if you can use a webhook to trigger your scenario only when needed, go with a webhook. Use filters. Filter out data you don't need to process as early as possible. For example, don't create an invoice when the order amount is 0, because it's a free product. That way you skip processing unnecessary data. And filters don't eat up your operations, and that's probably my favorite thing about filters. Use extra modules only when necessary. The variable module seems great. It makes everything more readable, but sometimes it's not worth the cost. If you're using a variable in just one place, so you don't need to reuse it, try using functions directly in the target module, especially for simple math or transformations. Same goes for create JSON. If you're sending simple JSON in an HTTP request, just do it directly in the HTTP module. Bulk operations. Whenever you can process multiple items at once, do it. And I have a real-life example. Make has a LearnDash integration, and LearnDash is a learning management system, and I use it to host my courses. And for some reason that is beyond me, the only way to add a user to courses is to add them one by one to each course. But when you check the LearnDash API, you can see that there is actually an endpoint that lets you add a user to multiple courses at once. And this is the main case for me, because this is what I usually do. I add one user to multiple courses. So instead of using iterator and LearnDash module multiple times, depending on how many courses I want to assign to a user, I just used one LearnDash module with an API call and I pass an array of courses. By the way, if you don't know much about web APIs yet, learn it. It will blow your mind how much you can automate with it. That's it. Bye. And by the way, I have a newsletter. Join in. I'll send you an email every time I publish something new.